Kobbie Mainoo wants out of Manchester United. This was breaking news last night. Ornstein and Romano, the double act, confirming that Mainoo wants out. He wants to go on loan. He doesn't want to leave the project, but he wants to play football. He wants to go on loan. There's loads of things to get into on that. And to be honest, I only really want to get your opinion on it because it's your opinion that matters. It's so multi-layered in the sense of, should players be putting public stuff like this out? I don't like it. I like Mainoo. I don't like this. Publicly putting it out there is done to put pressure on the club, destabilise the club for your own benefit. The flip side of that is, where's the pathway to the first team? Should he be in the first team? Should we have sold Bruno and got 100 million quid and get, played Mainoo and Belabor? There's lots you can talk about, but ultimately I think problems at Man United continue. I also suspect there might be a more sinister background to this. I'm not actually totally convinced anymore that Man United wouldn't sell him. And look, I think I want to get your thoughts on it. Mainoo wants to go out on loan. He doesn't want to leave. It's not a transfer request. It's not what people were saying, but he wants out. And I just think it's pontificating publicly, which we need to stop at this football club. And I can't be inconsistent and say, because I like Kobbie Mainoo, it's fine, but because I don't like Anthony, it's not. And when I say don't like, I mean as a player. Ultimately, Manchester United are the only football club that plays things out publicly. I know Newcastle have had it with Isak, but Isak's one of the best players in the world who wants to go and play for Liverpool. Why are Man United players all the time playing a public game with this football club? It's just, I blame the way the club is being run. It doesn't happen at other clubs. Even Trent, when he was running his contract down to go to Real Madrid, and we all knew he was going to go there, it wasn't publicly slagging the club off to make it feel like it was the right thing to do. So I'm not happy about it. But before we get into anything else, there's quite a few other bits to get into. Developments around Anthony. We had the Garnacho lose last night. I just want to say hello. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. I just want to say hello because I think what we do really well here is you get a media that we don't trust. And I'm not saying I don't trust David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano. They are the two best. They will have been briefed. They will know that Mainoo wants to go on loan, and I accept that. But then there's the next layer of journalism, which is basically speculation, opinion, and agenda. What I like about what we do here is that we delve beyond the story. So what I feel this morning is distracted. And I think this is the biggest news. I think this is the breaking news. I think this is the real news. We are being distracted by a player that's not going anywhere, who will end up being like a new signing because he's going to stay, but was never going anywhere anyway. And his name is Kobbie Mainoo. He was never going anywhere. And what are we doing in the last 3 days of the transfer window that are absolutely essential to our season? We need a goalkeeper, we need a midfielder, and we're talking about a midfielder that's not going to go anywhere. That's what Man United are doing in the transfer window, talking about Kobbie Mainoo and whether he's going to stay or go. Spurs have just gone and bought Xavi Simons. Newcastle have just gone and bought Nick Voltemeda. Man United are in a story about Mainoo again. All week, it's been about Mainoo, who's a current Man United player who's not going anywhere if we don't want him to. That's what Man United are doing in the final days of the transfer window. And at the start of the season, when we spoke about could we maybe finish fifth, I'm telling you now, my prediction of fifth, I want to reassess it. I'm not being sensationalist. I want to reassess it. I want to put us down to seventh, because if the top four are Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle and Spurs are fifth and sixth. 100%. 100%. Like, they're better than us and they're buying better than us. They're better than us and they're active in the final days of the window. So just be careful of smoke screens. This Mainoo story actually benefits United's transfer policy because they don't need to let Mainoo go. They can let the story be Mainoo. They can sit there and go, at 8 o'clock on Monday night, this story's dead, the transfer window's dead, and we've got away with it. We're not doing anything in the window. Spurs and Newcastle are. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're our competitors for fifth place. It's a sham. It's a shame. It's a sham. All we're talking about is whether Mainoo's going to go, how long the manager's going to last. There's a bloody transfer window right in front of us. And I don't care whether Mainoo goes or Amrim gets sacked. We still need a midfielder and a goalkeeper. So why are we talking about Amrim being sacked or whether Mainoo's staying? Because we can talk about that on bloody Tuesday. But I tell you what, if I ran that business, I'd be like, I accept the toilet's broken. I accept we need to get some milk for tea. but we've got a bloody deadline to meet, and we'll do that first. And there's a bloody transfer deadline to meet, and it's 7 o'clock on Monday, and we need a goalkeeper and a fucking midfielder, and we're talking about sacking a manager or whether Mainoo's going to stay or go. Last time I checked, the manager can be sacked on Tuesday. Last time I checked, Mainoo's got a contract for 2 years plus 1. We'll pick it up on Tuesday morning. Get on with the bloody transfer window. But we're not. We're not. We're doing the same dance we always do. And some of our fans are just as bad. They're on the dance floor too. Like, what are you doing talking about Mainoo and the manager? Leave it till Tuesday. We need to go and get a midfielder and a goalkeeper. And this noise just benefits the club. Are we getting a midfielder? Probably not. What happens to United without it? We're done. We're done. That midfield is not good enough. Not good enough at all. So I want to get into your thoughts, but I wanted to get that off my chest. I'm watching, because I do That's Football, because like you, I watch football beyond Man United. I'm seeing clubs rushing at. Apparently, Spurs might sign Semenyo, Xavi Simons, and Ake in the next 3 days. This is a team that's already better than us that we think we're going to finish above. You got no chance. We are not prepared for this season at all. At all. And that goes beyond the manager. We have absolutely dropped the ball. If Sir Jim Radcliffe's a real Man United fan, he's got to be holding a big meeting right now saying, what the fuck is going on? Why am I wasting my time here with you lot? What have you done in this transfer window? Why did you spend £125 million on 2 number 10s when you already had 4? You've got no midfield. You've got no goalkeeper. I love Mbeumo. I love Cunha. But you've got Mount, Xerxes, Ahmad and Bruno. And you've bought 2 more. And you've got no midfield. And you've got no goalkeeper. Who thought this was a good idea? I want to know. I want to know. You know, I really, really do.